If you've tried eating better, walking more, cutting back on salt, and your blood pressure still won't come down, this isn't your fault. For years, we've been taught to focus on visible levers, assuming that effort alone would solve the problem. We were told that if we just ate cleaner, moved more, avoided certain foods, and stayed disciplined, our numbers would eventually fall into place. For some, this works, but for millions, it doesn't. When it fails, frustration builds quietly, confusion follows, and self-doubt emerges. People start wondering why their bodies aren't responding as promised. Some blame themselves, others assume something is fundamentally wrong. The truth is simpler and far more important. Another system in your body quietly controls blood pressure, one most people are never taught to recognize, let alone address. This system works beneath conscious awareness, shaping how vessels respond moment to moment. Once understood and gently retrained, real change becomes possible. High blood pressure isn't a distant threat, it's happening now, silently, influencing outcomes long before symptoms appear. Understanding this completely changes how you approach your health and sets the stage for strategies that truly work. 1. The dangerous misunderstanding about high blood pressure. High blood pressure is often misunderstood because it rarely announces itself. It doesn't appear with pain, warning signs, or obvious discomfort. Many people live for years feeling normal while damage silently accumulates. This creates a false sense of safety. People see elevated readings during checkups and assume the risk is distant or manageable. In reality, high blood pressure is constant mechanical stress. Every heartbeat pushes force against artery walls, and when that force remains elevated day after day, year after year, it gradually changes the structure of those vessels. They become stiffer, less elastic, and more fragile. The brain is particularly vulnerable, with its delicate blood vessels designed for precision, not prolonged pressure. Weak areas develop silently, without symptoms or warning. When failure occurs, it is often sudden and permanent. This is why so many lives change in a single moment. The real danger of high blood pressure is not how it feels, but how quietly it works in the background, increasing the risk of stroke, heart attack, and other serious complications. Understanding this silent process is essential for taking meaningful action. 2. Why doing everything right still isn't enough. Many people with high blood pressure are disciplined and consistent. They cook at home, reduce salt, avoid processed foods, and follow advice carefully. They walk every day, sometimes pushing further, hoping effort will finally make a difference. Yet their readings often remain stubbornly high, which can lead to frustration and self-blame. But the issue isn't effort. Blood pressure is not controlled by lifestyle habits alone. Food and movement influence health, but do not directly control the systems that regulate how tight or relaxed blood vessels are throughout the day. Blood vessels are living tissue wrapped in smooth muscle that constantly tightens and loosens in response to internal signals. What regulates that muscle isn't just diet, weight, or exercise, it's the nervous system. When this system is overlooked, progress stalls no matter how disciplined someone becomes. This explains why lifestyle changes alone sometimes produce only modest improvement. People address the surface while the deeper regulator remains unchanged. Understanding this removes guilt and replaces it with clarity. The problem was never lack of effort, it was lack of knowledge about the system that truly controls blood pressure. Once this is recognized, real progress becomes achievable. 3. The nervous system and the pressure you can't see. The nervous system plays a central role in blood pressure regulation, especially the branch responsible for stress and survival. It evolved to protect us during emergencies by increasing heart rate, narrowing blood vessels, and raising blood pressure so vital organs receive blood quickly. In short bursts, this response is life-saving, but modern life keeps this system activated far longer than intended. Chronic stress, poor sleep, constant mental stimulation, financial worries, and emotional strain keep the body in low-level alert. When this happens, blood vessels remain partially constricted even at rest, and blood pressure stays elevated, not because the body is failing, but because it believes danger is ongoing. Research consistently shows that prolonged activation of this stress response is strongly linked to resistant hypertension, a form of high blood pressure that does not respond well to lifestyle changes. Until the nervous system receives repeated signals that it is safe to relax, blood pressure often remains elevated regardless of diet or exercise. Addressing the nervous system is essential. Without calming it, other strategies are forced to work against the body's natural stress response, limiting their effectiveness and leaving many people frustrated despite doing everything right. 4. How slow breathing changes the body from the inside. Slow, controlled breathing communicates directly with the nervous system in a way few other practices can. When breathing slows to around 6 breaths per minute, a powerful signal is sent to the brainstem that the environment is safe. This reduces stress hormone production, increases heart rate variability, and allows blood vessels to relax naturally. This is a physiological, reflexive process, not psychological. The heart naturally speeds up during inhalation and slows during exhalation. Slowing this rhythm deliberately improves communication between the heart and brain, shifting the body out of constant alert mode. Studies in cardiovascular and autonomic research journals show that consistent slow breathing can significantly reduce systolic blood pressure over several weeks of practice. Blood pressure settles not because it is being forced down, but because the body no longer receives constant signals to stay tense. Slow breathing works even when diet, weight, and activity levels remain unchanged because it targets the nervous system's regulation rather than just surface symptoms. Practicing this regularly retrains baseline nervous system activity, creating long-term physiological stability and resilience, supporting overall cardiovascular health in ways lifestyle alone cannot achieve. 5. The daily practice that builds long-term protection. The effectiveness of this method lies in simplicity and consistency. Sitting comfortably and breathing in for 5 seconds, then out for 5 seconds, for 15 minutes in the morning and again in the evening creates repeated safety signals that the nervous system gradually learns to trust. Over time, this reduces baseline vessel tension, lowers resting heart rate, and improves overall cardiovascular regulation. Clinical observations and studies suggest that people who practice this regularly experience more stable blood pressure readings and greater resilience to stress. This approach does not replace medical care, but it strengthens the foundation for all other treatments. Medications, diet, and exercise work more effectively when the nervous system is no longer resisting them. Many people delay starting, thinking there will be time later, but blood pressure damage does not pause. Small, consistent daily actions shape long-term outcomes far more reliably than sporadic effort. Starting today allows the body to learn safety and begin the process of regulation, reducing unnecessary strain on the heart, vessels, and brain, and promoting lasting cardiovascular health. If this video helped you understand how to naturally manage blood pressure, take a moment to like, share, and subscribe for more health insights. Leave a comment below to let others know they're not alone in their journey, and share your experiences or questions. Consistent small actions can make a big difference, and spreading awareness can help friends and family protect their health too. Thank you for watching and for choosing to take control of your well-being. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss tips that can truly transform your life.